Welcome to Retrobot, the YouTube channel where we feed a friendly space robot a diet of pure nostalgia. It is Thursday night. We are coming up on Halloween weekend, which is going to be a lot of fun. And that means that tomorrow, that's after doing a live stream last night and doing a live stream tonight. And now I'm talking about tomorrow, we're going to do my favorite monsters, which is actually Monica's favorite monsters. I don't even know entirely everything that I'm going to be looking at. And we're going to test my knowledge of things that go click and clack in the night. I guess if the cat is scratching on the plastic. So that's coming up tomorrow. Yeah, sorry, that's the best that I could do with it. But tonight... Yes. Thank you, Megatron. Thank you. But tonight is a very special live stream because normally we'll bring you several figures or several toys to look at so that we can compare and contrast, and when they're Transformers toys, we put them into different modes. But not tonight. We've got one toy to talk about, and that is... Robots in Disguise Megatron, also known as Car Robots Megatron, also known as Gigatron. He goes to so many names, because he's got more modes than you can shake a stick at. You know, I kind of wish I had a stick so that we could test to see if I could actually shake a stick at. You know what? We're going to get a stick. We're going to find out if he's got more modes than we can shake a stick at. Oh yes, this will be determined. We're going to find out tonight. Okay, I have a stick. And I am going to attempt to shake this stick at his many modes. So, over here on the side view, you can see Megatron or Gigatron in all of his greatness in his robot mode. And Yes. And Beast Wars Megatron is chiming in. This is so let's just go ahead and talk about this guy for just a minute, because I've always had kind of mixed feelings about Robots in Disguise Megatron here, partially because he started a trend where any robot that they decided they wanted to call Megatron, they could call Megatron. He was the first non-Beast era Megatron that really didn't look like original Gen 1 Megatron or Gen 2 Megatron. He doesn't even look much like Beast Wars Megatron, but obviously there's a lot of design inspiration from Red Dragon Megatron and the modes that Megatron took on during the end of the Beast Wars era and during parts of Beast Machines. So, you know, by then he had changed a lot. And so we have this guy, which I will say, it's an amazing toy. I mean, if you are the kind of person that bought an original fidget cube back before people figured out that fidget spinners were actually far cheaper to manufacture and they could be branded with just about anything, and so they gave them to their children to get confiscated at school. If you bought an original fidget cube, you would love Gigatron here. I'm just going to keep using the different names interchangeably because he's got a lot of names. And in some ways, because he is so dissimilar from any Megatron that's established, I'm more comfortable in a lot of ways just saying, hey, he's Gigatron. He's not Megatron. He's Gigatron. Different guy. And that helps me. I don't know that it helps anybody else. But before we go too far into that, you know, I almost forgot. I need to toast the kind people who have tuned in on a Thursday night. So a toast to Colleen, And we've got some hot toddy action happening here since it's getting colder. Kyoji, thank you for coming, Kyoji. I kind of butchered your name there. I apologize. Cheeky Boy! Always fun when we've got Cheeky Boy around. You know, I shouldn't have been given this stick. I'm really enjoying having a stick. Joy! We got Joy! Thank you for showing up, Joy! And Machiavellic! Machiavellic, you know, I think that I would shudder just a little bit inside if I came on and you weren't here. All of you! Yeah, you guys are like the linchpins of the group. We got a good group, and tonight we're in linchpin mode. So yes, Megatron agrees, and so thank you, seriously, thank you for joining us on a Thursday night to look at one toy. That's it, one toy, one toy and a stick. So. Let's go ahead and we'll give some special thanks to the software engineers for the Commodore 64 who have provided this truly inspired version of the Transformers theme. Anybody remember this video game? It was awesome. Colleen, you have to know this one. I'm reaching out to you, Colleen. So, while Colleen contemplates that, let's look at Gigatron laying down on the job. His robot mode is a good robot mode. You know, there is nothing wrong with this robot mode. It bothered me when I was younger because it was so distinctly not Megatron. And so one of the things that I would do in my desperate attempts to make him more Megatron-y would be, here, we're going to set him down. Just lay down, take a nap. It's fine. Oh, Colleen played it! So, Colleen, you played the Commodore 64 Transformers game where you had the dinosaur and you had to shoot it in front of the eyes to get it to go slower to the space shuttle base, and then it would wreck the space shuttle, and I don't know what that did. Like, what did the Decepticons achieve by destroying the space shuttle? Anything? Like, I know with the Hippo, they attack the pipeline, and then they get oil from the pipeline, and they get lots of energon that way. But I feel like the dinosaur was a little bit of a red herring. So, anyway, nobody else knows what we're talking about. I'm going to play that game online. I'm going to stream it so that everybody can see the wonder of the Transformers Commodore 64 game. So, anyway, we've got Gigatron here, and he's laying down on the job, and what I would do is I would take his weapon here and put it butt to butt, straighten out the arm, and then attach it like a fusion cannon. There we go. And so that to me kind of helped. That made me feel a little bit better about calling him Megatron. Because, you know, the fusion cannon is important. And, you know, if you kind of don't understand the fusion cannon, then maybe you shouldn't be making movies about Transformers, someone who shall remain succulent. Not succulent, like sucktastic? Sucky, just in general, really crappy. I'm trying not to swear as much. I'm trying not to swear, and it's throwing me off of my game. I apologize, but you know, the MB guy that made all of those horrible movies, that's who I'm referring to, and he sucks.
Whatever.
You're right. Whatever. So, going back over, of course, he's very posable. You know, he is a super posable figure. He's got shoulder joints. He's got elbow joints. He's got rotating fists. He's got hip joints. He's got knee joints. He's got joints in his joints. He's got wings that spread in a dynamic fashion, which is very, very cool. He's got extra little arms down here. If you want him to have, like, little arms coming out of his hips. So, yeah, he's got a lot of stuff going on. He's actually also got a thing here, and I'm just going to point out that it's there, and then I'm not going to touch it again, at least not for a while. So, yeah, there's a lot going on with Megatron. Even his ankles are fully articulated. They're on ball joints. He's got the claw feet design, which normally makes Transformers pretty stable, but he is so top-heavy that if you don't balance him just right, then he does tend to want to fall over. So that's just... that is Megatron in his robot mode, and he is... Here's the thing. He is a beautiful toy. He absolutely is. He's majestic. You know what? That's what Monica says. He is majestic. He's got gold bits. He's got silvery blue bits. He's got red bits. He's got purple bits. He's got black bits. I mean, he's got the big wings that stick out. He's got the shoulder things. I mean, he's got a crown, and this is what, from a design perspective, when we're talking about character design, these are all things that make him just very uncharacteristic to Gen 1 Megatron. Gen 1 Megatron was very, very plain. Lots of flat surfaces. He was silver all over with some black and red highlights, but mostly just silver everywhere, with very rigid features and one really big gun. He didn't have a crest. He didn't have gems. He didn't have swoopy bits or gnarly bits or pointy bits or anything. It was just him in that imposing, I don't need gimmicks because I'm that badass. And that is what I remember thinking, this isn't Megatron. That's not him. And that's what I thought. And in a lot of ways, I still will agree that this isn't Megatron, at least not that Megatron. But I will say that my first impressions of him came before I had watched the entire Beast Wars series. And watching Beast Wars really retrained my brain that you could have another character named Megatron who was not supposed to be original Gen 1 Megatron, wasn't even supposed to be linked to that character, just a completely different guy. And so I kind of look at him as much more connected to Beast Wars Megatron. He's got a Predacon logo. Car Robots was Predacons versus Autobots. How does that even work? But they did it. And obviously he turns into a dragon. They were carrying over the dragon motif. So if you want to say he's not Gen 1 Megatron, you're right. If you want to say he's not Beast Wars Megatron, he's actually based off of a concept design for another version of Megatron that would have followed the Beast the Beast Machines line. So now they had him designed in red, and I tried to look up that sketch online. I couldn't find the sketch, but I know that I saw an image of it in the Transformers The Basics episode of Beast Wars Megatron. So you know, it exists somewhere, but yes, this design was intended to be an extension of that line until they just decided that they were going to go in a new direction, because Beast Machines just didn't do well. It was weirdly dark, and not as much fun, and the toys were weird. And you know, for the most part, the toys weren't great. I like, you know, there's things I like about that line, but in general, not a high point for the Transformers franchise. So nonetheless, we've got car robots, robots in disguise. It happened in 2001, and this was the Megatron of that series. Let's go ahead and turn him into a dragon, because that's I would say that that's probably his primary alt mode, even though he has 6 modes. Which one's the primary? I don't know, but I'm going to say it's the dragon mode. And so to do that, we're going to start by opening up the chest, and we're going to just tuck the head down into the chest like that. We're going to close the chest compartment. We're going to twist the outer shell of the arms, and by twisting it, it extends over the fist. It's a very unusual mechanic that I don't think that I've seen in any other Transformers toys. And then we're going to do the same thing on the other side. And then we can flip these dragon feet forward, just like that. And now let's bring the arms down like this and rotate right here. There are a lot of places where all of the appendages rotate and twist and bend, and that makes this one of the most versatile Transformers toys in existence. So we've got that. We are also going to take the legs, we're going to rotate them around like this, just like that, and then we're going to bend at the knees, and then reveal the dragon heads, which are underneath these little panels here. We're going to take those little arms that were in the waist, and we're going to pull them out like this. Now, if you want to make them a little bit more posable, you can actually rotate the bicep of the little arm so that it faces forward, and then rotate this arm, and now you get more articulation. These things pop off of the ball joints very, very easily. I'm going to show you on this side that whole motion. See, it rotates around like that, and then we're going to rotate that around like that. And so there we go. We've got some little dragon arms, we've got dragon feet, we've got dragon heads. Now we need to deal with the wings. The wings are on this panel that just swings around, and you can see there's a double joint right here, and then a post right here that connects with this hole. So that locks in. Spread the wings, put them back a little bit, and then now you have the tail, which is going to close around where the head used to be, and it sort of snaps. I don't know if maybe it's just age and wear, or if it just never really locked all that well. Now we can go ahead and bend the tail that way, and maybe give it another bend like that. And so now we have a dragon mode with opening and closing mouths, and real dynamic articulation on what you can do with the heads in relation to each other. I mean, you know, that is pretty cool. Let's and Cheeky Boy says, I love the various Transformer dragons. And yeah, you know, Transformers have done well with dragons. For a line that's all about cars and trucks, Transformers knows dragons. And yeah, we can if they want to do another Dragon Megatron, I'm all in. I am all in. I want to see it. Joy says it's the King Ghidorah -1. It is. You know, maybe if you use this little thing right here, that can be the third head after Godzilla bites it off. You know, that's just like a little stump. So anyway, so yeah, let's put this on the other camera so that we can get that in view, and try and position him in a way that he will stay upright. And he is just monstrably badass. He's got so much going on here, and there's just a tremendous amount of play value. You know, the wings, the multiple heads. I guess we could put the weapons on him. You know, I've got the weapons right here, and so you can separate these, and you can stick them on the back, because he didn't have enough going on. He needs to have some sticky uppy things in his back, but let's give him a little bit more of an arch forward, because you know, he's gotta look like he's lunging at you. So there we go. And we'll put him in the other camera. There we go. And yeah, that is him. Hey, look up there. You know, be proud. Be proud. You're Gigatron. You might be Megatron. Either case, you know, be proud, because you're pretty awesome. Wings back in a, hey, I'm about to lunge and bite you with one of my heads and you don't even know which one it is kind of motion. So, yeah. He is just a pile of fire and misery. Now, if you're really, really talented, which I'm not sure that I am, you might be able to get him to stand up, but it's tricky. Because these dragon feet are just on the tips of the dragon leg, they don't really support him all that well. So it's pretty hard to get him to actually stand on his own. You usually kind of have to prop him up with the legs and the tail somehow. But he is, you know, he is such a neat thing that, to be honest, I very rarely have him just sitting in dragon mode. You know, he goes into dragon mode, and then at that point, you know, I'm kind of... And Kyoji says Transformers loves its two-headed dragons with Hungar, Double Cross, and Sinner Twin. Yes, they do. Yes, they do. And I will say that two-headed dragons are actually easier than single-headed dragons, because, you know, you obviously... You have one head for each appendage. You don't have the odd appendage that you have to deal with. Also, Sean Shago is here. A toast to Sean. Sean, tonight we are looking at Robots in Disguise, also known as Car Robots Megatron. In Japan, he is called Gigatron. He is a 6-changer and plus. And the plus is that's where things get kind of janky. So yeah. Sometimes I feel like doing a double-headed dragon is an easy way out. But when they do a good job with it, I'm not going to complain. And Hungar and Gigatron here, and oh, the Autobot Monster Bot. What was his name? I can't remember it off the top of my head. You know who I'm talking about, Kyoji. You know, there was, now Sinner Twin, you know, he was fine. Double Cross, that was it. You know, they were pretty well done, and I especially liked that in Double Cross he had dragon heads for hands. That was kind of cool. I like that. So yeah, that is our dragon mode, and it is just tremendously badass. There's really nothing else that you can say about it except, you know, it works from all angles. Obviously, you know, this was obviously one of the primary modes that they were interested in doing when they first conceived of this figure. You know, everything on him is geared around this mode, and I feel like some of the other modes are just happy accidents that came out of the amazing amount of engineering that went into developing this transform. So, oh, Amanda is here! A toast to Amanda! Welcome, Amanda! We were talking about Megatron, Gigatron, the bot of many names, but many more modes. So, we got our dragon mode here, and you know, everybody loves dragon mode. I don't think that I've ever seen anybody say, oh, it's an okay toy, but I don't really like the dragon mode very much. It's got 2 heads. I just don't get it. Yeah, I've never had somebody that approached me and said that, and if they did, I suspect it would be Dawn just trying to yank my crank. So yeah, this is the dragon mode. His face does look like Magmatron. Monica was just commenting that his face looks a little bit like Magmatron. We don't have Magmatron though. Magmatron is hard to get a hold of, and the pictures of the toy are less cool than the comics version of him. So, you know, now we do have parts of Magnaboss, don't we? Mm-hmm. But I don't think that we have all 3, which is weird because I believe it was sold all together as one, but somehow the lot that we got only had 1 part. It's weird. I think we have Ironhide of Magnaboss. So yeah, if anybody has Magmatron, then like video it and send me a link. I would be very interested to see your images of Magmatron, because it's a curiosity. It's a hole in my collection, and I don't have a lot of holes in my collection that I actually don't want filled. Like, there are the holes that are there intentionally, but anyway. So we have Dragon, Gigatron, Megatron. Looks awesome. Let's go ahead and let's do one of the other modes, one of the other stated modes, and I'm going to go for Bat mode. I think Bat mode is important because Bat mode is, yeah, I always thought it was a little bit more of a gargoyle myself, because it doesn't really strike me as quite the right anatomy for a bat. But one of the arms just you remember when I said these little arms come off of the ball joints easily? I was right. So here, I'm going to just snap this back on. The nice thing is, if you don't lose the piece, it snaps back very easily. So what I'm going to do is, I already started straightening out the tail, and I need to finesse these pieces back in, and that means rotating. Okay, here, I'm going to get the wing out of the way. I'm going to try and show this to you. So that means rotating the bicep backwards, and now the whole arm's going to come off. So let's try this again. I'm going to lift the front of the arm and use it to rotate the back of the arm around like that. And then I'm going to just rotate the front so that the whole thing collapses in around what would be the robot's waist. And Joy says, same bat mode, same bat channel. You know what, Joy? A toast to Joy. Very nicely done. That is good tea. It might have honey whiskey in it. It has honey whiskey in it. So we're going to do the same thing over here. And getting it... I try not to have the pieces pop off. It feels like cheating if I just take the pieces off, reposition them, and snap them back on. So, and then we're going to do that. And so now, the dragon mode is the only mode that uses these little arms. Like, there's like a million different ways to transform this guy, and those pieces are used for the dragon mode only. So, yeah, a little bit of trivia there for you. You might just win a trivia contest if you go to the sports bar on a Friday night, because you know that. No, you won't. They will never ask that question. It's just not going to happen. So I'm going to take the tail, which, like I said, the tail, it's kind of supposed to snap in there, but it really just doesn't hold. And so we're going to take the tail and we're going to disengage it. And while we're at it, we're going to take the wings and we're going to flip them around and put them against the back. And you see how nicely that collapses against the back? I mean, that is nice. Let me do that again. Okay, because that's great. We've got this hollow place here, right here. Yeah, we've got this hollow place right here, and it just goes right around this hinge and makes a very satisfying clicky noise when it locks in. Oh yeah, that's some good stuff. My OCD feels good. It feels really good. You know what? That I shouldn't say that. I don't have OCD, and it's not fair of me to say that because there are people that really have it and have it as a serious problem. I think I have OC. You know, I'm obsessive compulsive, but I'm not quite to the disorder stage yet. Yeah, that's it. So, nonetheless, it's very satisfying, and then we can just have it there, and then I'm going to take this this tail, and I'm going to move it down, and the tail comes off very easily also. So, ball joints, you know, the thing that I love about them is that they make sure that stuff doesn't break. It just kind of pops apart. Now, here's the thing. You'll notice I collapsed that against there, and this joint had slid, and you need it to be centered. So, and when you put the wings on there, it kind of locks that joint into place. So make sure that that joint is centered, and then we're just going to put that, you know, stick this little nub out. I really wish that there was like a way to lock this in. Well, here, this. The tail, it just hangs down. It doesn't lock in. It just hangs down, and you just kind of have to leave it like that. And I never like that in an alt mode. You know, I like for things to lock in, to peg in, to have a little tab that goes into a slot or something like that. But you're not going to get that with this mode. Also, we've got the dragon legs. We're just going to bring them down and rotate them around like this. And you saw the shoulder kind of disengaged. We don't actually need the shoulder disengaged. So just keep the shoulder up against his body, and then straighten out this leg, and then bring this way. And now you're going to take the legs. Okay, this is not a terribly impressive thing. The legs are going to rotate around. So we're going to rotate the leg around this way, and then we're going to bring it up this way, and we're going to collapse. You know, we're going to close up the head, cover the dragon head, and have it bend at the knee, just like that. There we go. And then we're going to do the same thing with the other leg. We're going to rotate it around this way, and we're going to bend it at the knee, close the dragon head, and then bend it up against the back, just like that. And so, and see, none of these parts peg into anything. They just kind of go there. Now, they have a lot of nice clicker joints on here, so it's not like things are flopping around, but they're jiggly. I'm not a fan of jiggly. So we do that. I still need to do the other arm. I didn't do the other arm, so here we go. We'll do the other arm and straighten it out at the elbow and rotate it around in the upper part of the arm joint. And you know, the shoulders can go up or the shoulder pieces can go down. It's your choice, whichever you think is more appropriate for a bat mode or gargoyle mode, whatever we want to call it. So we have this. Now you open up the chest, and this is where they actually did some stuff for this mode. So, you know, I don't know if they intended to do this mode or if they realized from the engineering that they could, and so they added some embellishments to get there. But whatever the case, the head slides up like that. And then there's this little bat face thing that you have to kind of get with your finger that closes over his mouth. You see that? Look at that. It just closes over his mouth like that. And then you spread out these wing things on his ears to give him bat ears. And then you can close the chest. And now we can spread out the wings, and he is in gargoyle mode or bat mode. Bat mode. Bat mode. Just a little bit of trivia. Tonight's trivia night. We're finding out that tonight's trivia night, the original 60s Batman TV show theme. You know, the one that I was just doing, and it goes, Batman, 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 Batman. Well, there are no vocals in that song. There are, let me repeat that, no vocals. All of that is done with horns. There's no vocals. And when I found that out, I gained a whole new respect for that song, because somebody knew enough about the instrumentation that they knew that they could make a trumpet sound like it was saying the word Batman. And that's amazing. But listen really close. There's not actually a B. It just kind of goes, Batman! And, you know, they have the word Batman on the screen, so your brain just fills in the blank. And, yeah. No vocals. Nobody's actually saying the word Batman. So, anyway, so let's go ahead and take a look on the side camera here, and we'll look at his bat mode. Bat mode is best viewed from the front. You know, you could like have these little feet things go forward a little bit, but he's not going to support himself very much, you know, because he's very bottom heavy. So it's just better to leave these down like this and let him sit on his knee fins there that are tucked out behind him. The wings can go back. They can go back like that, and that's cool. And, you know, he's good for swooping. The head is going to be locked into that position because this little muzzle piece is hinged to the piece that the head pivots on. So you can't turn the head or anything like that. But, and let's go ahead and take a look at that, because it's, in some ways, it's impressive how it fits, but it's not all that convincing. It looks a lot like Megatron's face is behind a little block, and it's just kind of covering his mouth. But hey, I'm gonna give credit where credit's due. At least Gigatron is wearing his mask. So, you know, good on you, Gigatron. I think if they had colored this this little bit back here to match his face, or maybe you know, there's an obvious divide between the little claw thingies on the sides of his cheek and the beginning of this muzzle piece. And if the color were the same, if you couldn't see flesh tone behind, then I think that it would work a lot better. But it does just kind of look like exactly what it is, just an extra piece added to the normal Megatron face. That being said, it is, you know, it is definitely a difference, and I appreciate that, you know, they actually attempted at least to transform the head. And that's something that you really don't see very often. Usually the head is a static piece on a transformer, and it doesn't really do anything to change its alt mode. It just is. So that's pretty cool. And you know, it absolutely, it is what it's supposed to be. You look at it, and it absolutely does. You know, this is definitely, you know, some kind of a bat creature or a gargoyle. Yeah, I prefer gargoyle. Oh yeah, we've got these little wing tips that can stick up too. That's important. So there, we got the wing tips up. And of course, you've also got these that you can stick on the back. I'm gonna kind of ignore these in most of these modes, unless they're totally necessary, because there's already enough stuff going on, and I'm just not sure that we need to confuse the issue by trying to figure out where to stick extra pieces. So there we go. That is Bat mode, looking good from the front, looking okay from the side, not looking like much of anything from the back. You know, actually, I take that back. The back is fine. You know, these pieces are jiggly, and they don't lock in anywhere, but you know, you've got all these nice details back here. That's one of the things that this toy has going for it that a lot of the modern toys really don't, is that every piece has design. Every piece, and what I mean by that is each appendage, every arm, every leg, you know, there aren't really many hollow bits. I think that the only hollow bit is like on the insides of these little arms here, and everything else, like, regardless of which angle that you look at this piece from, it's all outside of the piece. You know, it's none of that stuff that you see on, like, you know, you look at RC here, and you look at the back of her legs, and everything's hollow. And, you know, these arms and these legs, these are all molded in one piece, whereas these appendages are molded in two pieces and then either screwed together or ultrasonically welded or chemically bonded. So that's, you know, that just goes to show the kind of the state of the manufacturing and the care that they were putting into the manufacturing of this toy when it was created. So yeah, that is Bat mode. So we've covered 3 modes, 3 of his 6 modes, and I think it's time to start going into some. Let's see. Wait, there's. Well, let's see. There's. Yes, and I'm trying to think of what was. Oh, okay. We're saving yes. We're saving the. Okay. I know everything I said for the last 30 seconds was complete gibberish. I'm making decisions. So let's go ahead and go for some vehicle modes. And so for starters, we are going to take the little muzzle that's on his face and flip it back underneath, and then we're going to collapse the ear things against the side of his head, and we're just going to stick his head back down in there. We will not need his head for any of the next 3 modes. And now we are going to take the tail, and we're going to snap it in there, and we're just going to try and get it to hold as best as we can. And then we can take our, so yeah, and see it, there, okay, so it's in, and then we're going to straighten it out so that it's like that. And now we're going to take the legs, we're just going to rotate the legs like this. See, just like that. And then we're going to bring those around, and I'm going to flip over the dragon heads or robot feet, whichever way you want to say it. And we're going to bring those up like this to the top of the body. And then we're going to, so there's actually a double hinge inside where this knee joint is. It doesn't connect directly to the leg. It actually does that And then we can do that. And I'm going to rotate the foot or the dragon head so that this fin is up in the air. And I'm going to do this. Now, here's the thing about Gigatron here. There are instructions. There are stated modes. But one of, probably the best thing about this toy is its versatility. So, I've been transforming him for years, and I've kind of come up with my, my preferences, and I'm just going to admit that some of my preferences might be a little bit different than the photos. And so if you see me do something that is not exactly the way the instructions say to have it, I'm not sorry. I love you all, but yeah, that's all I have to say about that. Yeah. So yeah, you put these back like that. You take the arms, the arms. So those are also on these side pieces, which again are on these kind of double joint things that allow them to do this. So we're going to take them back like that. And we're going to do the same thing over here. And we're just going to snap them back this way. And the tail, of course, is going to come away from that, that snapped in location because it always does. And now we're going to take the whole wing assembly. We're going to extend the wings out as far as we can. And now we're going to turn it around. And you remember how we did before, where we kind of pegged into this little peg right there. We're going to do that again. And he is very, very clicky. And that's one of the things I like about him. He is super, super clicky. And so here is the jet mode. And see, I like to use these spiky things on the underside of the dragon mouth to be like tail fins. And then he's also got these knee things that are good tail fins. My only criticism is that once again, there's no peg-ins. Like he's got these pegs right here on the sides of the legs. And then there's this screw hole right here in the elbow, and they're so close to each other, it seems like they should lock in, and you can kind of get them to mate up, but they don't really go into each other and they don't hold. And I want them to hold. Yeah, I want, rather than having the legs being, a little bit jiggly like that, I just want them to lock in and not go anywhere. And unfortunately, I don't get that with this. Nonetheless, it is very, very definitively a jet of some sort. It's kind of a hell jet. It's a demon jet, but it is definitely a jet, and it looks really good. We can take these things and we can put them like here and give them things like that, or you can take them and put them here. I think that I prefer them on the wings like that, and so this is a very definitive vehicle mode. Let's go to the side camera and really look at it. That's a cool looking ship. That is a cool looking ship. I can't fit it on the screen, but it is cool looking from every angle. And you see that swooping down on you, and you are going to need to change your shorts because that is intimidating. It's got bat wings. It's got claws. And yet, somehow, it still works. So, that is our jet mode, which is really pretty impressive. And once again, it just speaks to the tremendous versatility of this toy. So even with my mild criticism of not having places that peg in, the clicker joints do a fine job of holding things where you put them and making it work. So yeah, this is just a really, really nice mode, and it works for him, and so yeah, that is Gigatron in his jet mode. So let's go ahead and pull him out. See, normally by now I would have shown you 3 different toys, but it's all the same toy because it just does stuff. It is that magical. So now let's do car mode. Thank you. Car mode. Yes. I don't have a secret word. You know, I guess it's a middle of the week live stream. That means I can drink as much as I want. Yeah, a toast to drinking. Because drinking can be fun as long as you do it responsibly. A toast. Oh, a toast to the weekend. The upcoming weekend. A toast to Halloween. Toast to Sean. Because he said super clicky. A toast to Machiavellic. Because he just put something in and the text is really small. Pretty much requires the same. Okay, so he's just responding to Monica. A toast to Monica for, you know, handling all sorts of stuff. Toast to Monica. Oh yeah, listen to that synth. That is some good stuff. Alright, so let's go ahead and go for car mode. Car mode is interesting. It is a little bit of a Batmobile, which of course it's going to be a bit of a Batmobile. So we're going to collapse the wings. And see, I'm just going to show you, even that looks cool as a jet mode. Isn't that awesome? He's essentially Cyclonus now. So, you know, there's just so much that you can do with this guy. You could even say, okay, you know, now this is a vehicle mode. I don't know what, you know, or you put it out. Yeah, look, now it's like a hang glider mode. I don't know, but there's a lot you can do with it. So, nonetheless, I'm getting off topic, and it's okay that I'm off topic because I'm trying to remember how car mode went. This is called stalling for time, and I'm being very subtle. So, you saw me move the wings around and click them up against here, and of course we're going to leave this tail piece up in this position, covering the head where it does not want to stay. And we're going to snap that in, and that's going to knock the tail out. Doggone it. And so we got that. Now we're going to bend. Okay, so there's 2 joints in these wings. There's a joint here and the joint here. We're going to bend them both. So it's going to go down like this, and then like that, and then, and actually I guess we can just bring it up like that. And I'm going to raise the wing enough so that I can get it over the shoulder. Now we're going to be doing something with that in just a bit. But, so, yeah, I guess I lied to you. You don't really have to go down and then up, but you just have to bend it here, not here. Okay, so there you go. And you see they've got wheels here on the wings. And so those are the wheels for the vehicle mode. Now there's also wheels back here on the arms. You see those? So what we need to do is we need to rotate this shoulder around like this and rotate this shoulder around like this. And that allows you to bend it down like that, and we'll bend this one down like that. Then we are going to rotate the bicep. So here, we're going to rotate the bicep so that the elbow is going parallel with the direction of the vehicle. And then we're going to, actually wait here, we might as well do the twist thing on the forearm, and that helps you to position this arm. Because now the wheel's on the inside, so we have to rotate that whole arm just like that so that the wheel's on the outside. And now we bend at that elbow like that so that the wheel is now towards the ground. And then I'm going to do the same thing on the other side. I'm going to collapse the forearm and then rotate the arm and bend it this way. And now, wait, we're getting there. We're getting there. There is, I know that there is a place where things, something pegs in here. I remember there was a peg in, and I'm trying to remember how it pegs in because it was pretty good. I don't remember. I'm pulling a blank here. So I believe that there's supposed to be a way to do this. Gosh, it seems like there's supposed to be a way to do this. I could be wrong. Maybe there isn't a peg in, but it seems like there's supposed to be a peg in. Why is it so complicated? Why is it so complicated? Let's see. Something goes somewhere and then something happens. Oh, wait a minute. Wait a minute. I'm thinking of something. Okay, so I think... Okay, let me try this. I'm not 100% on this. I think I need to rotate the leg around this way. And I guess I could look at the picture. I do have pictures. So wait, here. I'm going to go to the internet view. And there we have pictures, and we can look at the car mode here. So we got the car mode right there. And that's a really bad picture. I can't tell what the heck is going on. That doesn't help me one bit. That's a stupid picture. So, okay, well, we looked at the picture and the picture didn't help. So, let's just, I'm going to try something. I'm going to try moving that out like that. And... ah, that's it. That's it. Okay, I got it. I was right. I know I've been wrong for the last 5 minutes, and now I'm going to celebrate that I finally figured it out. But nonetheless, okay, so you turn the leg sideways, and then you use that weird joint here, and then there is a hole on the underside of the leg here that meets up with this peg right there, and you put them together, and that locks everything solidly into place. That is how it pegs in. I knew there was a way to do it. I swear, I prepped for this. And then we're going to do the same thing on this side. And we're going to peg that in. Oh, that feels so good. It just, I'm going to rotate the feet so that the fins are up again. And my little peg came out here. Let me put it back in there. Okay, so, and now, so we have it like that. And now you can take the weapons here and you can put them on these pegs that are on the legs here. And that is your car mode. And it's, I mean, it's a little bit of a stretch. It is definitely a little bit of a stretch, but it's also a little bit of a Batmobile. So let's go ahead and look at it on the other camera here. So this is the car mode, and you do kind of, oh wait, here, let me, so there. it does roll a little bit. Yeah, you know. Here, let's go ahead and there we go. And there we go. So, you know, we got our rolling thing. You know, it's got sort of a cockpit looking thing here. The car mode is definitely a stretch. It's got 4 wheels, but it's oh, I guess the picture online shows it like that. I'm not sure that I like that. Yeah, I don't like that. It's got this little nub. So there's a little nub inside here that locks into a little hole, and that stabilizes it, but it just doesn't look very good. You're seeing screws, and you know, it just doesn't work. So yeah, I prefer the car mode like that. I like the swoopy wing things. You can point these things up. That's kind of cool. I like that this is definitive. You know, I'm glad that there's a peg in here and that everything works. I feel like maybe there's a little something that's not right up here, but nonetheless, he is doing it. Let me see if I can collapse this wing in a little bit more. Oh, I can. Okay, there we go. So, okay, remember in the beginning when I said that you have to use both of those joints? I was right. And, you know, just playing with that makes everything pop apart. So we are going to use both of those joints, and we're going to make those go down just a little bit more, just like that. And so now he is able to roll on his wheels. The shoulder really wants to get in the way on this side. So there we go. So yeah, that is the car mode, and it's a thing. It's not a very attractive thing, but it's a thing. The pegs here are kind of loosey-goosey. I don't like it. So I almost want to leave these things off. But nonetheless, that is the car mode. And yeah, that's it's not a great car mode. Kyoji found an 8-bit version of the car robots theme. Oh, well, let's drink to that. Yeah! A toast to Kyoji and car robots. That is the thing. And probably going to need to top that off. So, yeah. Thank you. So, I haven't been shaking my stick. I can shake my stick. Wait a minute here. I'm going to shake my stick at this mode because it's a little bit wonky. So I'm shaking my stick at that. But nonetheless, part of that could be user error. You know, he's a little bit fidgety. And honestly, this is a toy that, you know, especially in preparation for tonight's live stream, we'd just turn on the good place, and I'd sit there, and I'm sure it was frustrating to Monica because she can't hear what's going on over the click, 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 but I'm just messing with him. You know, just fidgeting and trying out different modes and trying to do different stuff. And that's what he's good for, but yeah, I think that, see, I got the wheels down into a better position, but now the wings stick up too far. I don't like how, see, is that how it's supposed to be? And if it is, I don't like it. I just don't like that. I want it, you know, I like it better when the wings are down and you know, out of the way, but let me do this. You know, I can do that, but then everything's kind of toe in, and you know, that's murder on your tires. I mean, you'll be changing your tires twice a year if your alignment is that bad. So, So that's no good. I don't know. The car mode is a little bit but nonetheless, it is the car mode. And so, let's, all right. So we got more special stuff. So let's go ahead. I saved the best mode for last. The mode that I don't know what to say. I just don't know what to say. So to do the next mode, we're going to disengage the arms from the legs, and then we're going to take those weird joints for the legs and put them back to the way they normally are. And apparently somebody's drinking, because we're hearing the music for it. And we're going to twist the creature heads here, and we're going to leave the arms back here, but we're going to extend the arms so that they're straight out like this, and then we're going to twist those forearms so that they extend out. So we've got all four appendages down like that. Now we're going to take the wings, we're going to fold the wings out like this, and then we're going to flatten that out, and now we're going to bend the wings down this way, and then we're going to leave them collapsed like that. And now we're going to take, okay, so you have this sliding hinge here. And here, I'm going to disengage the wings just for a second so that it slides easier. You've got this sliding hinge. And the reason it does that is specifically for this mode. So now you've got that like that. Then you rotate this around like that. You rotate this around. So now you've got this curve. And now we can take each appendage and we can put it into a, we can bend the joints, and we've got a hand. He transforms into a hand. A very well articulated hand. And wait a minute, wait for it. They have this little trigger right here, which, Transformers and putting their triggers at the crotch. I mean, this is some kind of an obsession for some designer somewhere, because he's got this trigger here, and so when you pull the trigger, it has gripping motion. Look at that! Gripping motion! That is the only purpose of that gimmick, is for the hand to be able to grasp things. I don't understand. It's crazy. I don't know what this is for. What is the purpose of Megatron turning into a hand? I know that he did it in the cartoon, but I never understood why he would. What's this for? It doesn't combine with anything. I know, according to the wiki article, you can stick it onto one of the arms of Omega Prime, but he won't be able to lift it, and it's way oversized, but you can do it. So we've got, at the end of Beast Machines, a Megatron that just turns into a head, a decapitated spider-walking head, and then the very next series they make one that turns into a hand. I'm just wondering, was there a plan for some kind of all-Megatron combiner that was going to be... And you know what? There was the Megatron that was designed as a Nike sneaker. So we had a foot, a head, and a hand. All we need is... Okay, a lot more parts. We need a lot more parts. But this is amazing and unsettling. And the fact that, I mean, this isn't an accident. This isn't something where they were messing with him and they're like, oh boy, hey, did you know you could turn it into a hand? This is intentional. There are dedicated parts in here specifically to allow you to put this tail into a thumb position that is off center. And this grasping feature, okay, somebody very meticulously engineered that gimmick so that we as consumers and as children would be able to grip our Megatron hand toy. I don't understand. I'm gonna drink now. I feel better. So, that is by far the weirdest thing. And notice that we have not seen a glut of new toys, new Transformer toys that just turn into a hand. Which for Combiner Wars, I could see them making little mini cons that actually turn into the hands and feet. That would be cool. Then you don't have the extra parts. They're just more combiners. You know me, more combiner for my combiner buck. That's what I want. So yeah, and here we'll have him wave to you. Hi, hello. So yeah, he can do that. So can he hold things? Let's find out. Wait here, I've got a bottle of. You know what? Wait a minute here. I've got Weird Al Yankovic action figure. And let's just put the limbs in a little bit more of a grasp. There we go. And we can't expect the gimmick to do all of the work. And yeah, so okay, so here we're going to attempt to pick up Weird Al Yankovic action figure with the hand. And we're going to do it on the side camera. So there we go. We've got Weird Al Yankovic action figure, and we're going to try and do this. Okay. So we've got. Oh no! Don't fall over! Don't fall over! Okay, we got that, and haha! Look at that! Look at that! Yes, he can pick up Weird Al Yankovic action figure. So that is the 6 modes of. So wait here. Okay, let's see if we can do this. I don't think that's gonna work real well. But wait here. There. And oh, look at that! Look at that! He was able to get a bag of goodies. A bag of goodies. So that's pretty cool. And do I get to keep the bag of goodies? Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna set them aside for now because I don't think I should mix my booze and candy. That just sounds terrible. So those were the original 6 modes for Megatron. And then, of course, the next year, then this started a tradition. This is another tradition that went on. It should have never started. And it went on for way too long. They did this in Armada, they did it in Energon, they did it in Cybertron, where they would repaint Megatron. Not retool, just repaint, okay? No new engineering, no new parts, just the same toy in different colors and call it Galvatron. It was a power-up mode. The only good thing about that tendency is that because especially by the time you got to Cybertron, you knew that they were going to do it. So when they made the Megatron toy, it's like, I don't know if I like that color scheme. I'm just going to wait for them to repaint it as Galvatron. And the Galvatron version was way better. So that was the good thing. And in Energon, the Galvatron repaint was better looking than the Megatron version of the same tool. So yeah, but nonetheless, they repainted this. They called it Galvatron, but the box now said 10 modes, not 6 modes, 10 modes. No new tooling. There are no extra features added. They just, somebody over the year fiddled with this thing and said, hey, I think I can do something else with it. Here, what does this look like to you? I think it looks like a horse. Let's do it as a horse. I think I could do an elephant. That's great. And then they just said 10 new modes. So let's do 4 more modes. 4 more modes. Here we go. So the next one, this is one that I actually kind of like this one. So here we go. We're gonna. So. And let's see, I can. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring the shoulders back up and put them into position. And there we go. And then I'm going to rotate these around, and we're going to twist the forearms, I don't know, so that the elbow goes in this direction, and then just put it into kind of a creature pose, something like that. Maybe a little bit like that. So we got that. And then we're going to take the back legs, and we're going to put them down like this, and then we're going to bend at the knee, and bend at the knee, and then rotate it around like that, and rotate this one around like that. And then we're going to open the dragon mouths and cover his face so that he's got feet. There we go. And apparently Joy says that my voices are really good. Thank you, Joy. I appreciate that. It comes from spending a lot of lonely times at home with a lot of toys and doing voices for them. I'm not sure if I should be proud of that, but nonetheless, you have to give your Transformers toys the voices. You have to have Megatron being like, curse you, Optimus Prime, and stuff like that. But, so yeah. And also just in general being kind of geeky. Let's see. Kyoji says, fiddling is how Six Shot gained his unofficial 7th Wing Wolf mode. Oh, okay. And you know what? I always kind of thought that Six Shot's wolf mode was supposed to be the winged wolf. So I learned something. So you have it like that, and now we're going to take the wings here, and we're going to close them against the back like that. We're going to put these up like this, and then we can spread them out like that. And now we're going to take this tip and turn it around this way. And now we have what looks to me like kind of a Pegasus. I think that's supposed to be a Pegasus. It's kind of horse-like. It's got wings, and so Pegasus. Or it's some kind of a dragon. It could be some kind of a dragon. Either way, it's definitely some kind of a creature, and it works. This definitely looks like a creature face. I wish that there was a separating jaw. You know, I wish it had a mouth that could open and close, but we're not going to get that. So nonetheless, that I think is legitimate. That is definitely legitimate. You know, I would absolutely accept that as being being a decent mode. Let's go ahead and show it on the side camera, and here we go, side camera, and let's go ahead and put Weird Al action figure right here. There we go. And so, yeah, Weird Al Yankovic can ride Gigatron in his Pegasus or Dragon mode, and I'd say that's pretty kick-ass cool. That is really neat. And you know, the posability of the wings works really well in this mode. The dragon feet, which don't work really well in the main dragon mode, work very well as front feet like this. So that's pretty cool. That is actually really, really cool. And so yeah, I like that mode. It works. Looks good. The back end is a little bit phoned in, but you know, what are you gonna do? It's fine. It's not great, but it's fine. Oh, and I see that Michael Spicer is here. Hello, Michael Spicer. You just missed Weird Al Yankovic action figure riding on a Pegasus. You know what? I can put him back. Wait a minute. A toast to Michael Spicer for showing up at the live stream. And let's go ahead. Where did I put Weird Al Yankovic action figure? So here we go. We'll put Weird Al Yankovic back on Gigatron here, and yeah, he can play the accordion, and Gigatron can fly and jam out to some awesome Weird Al tunes, and everything is good. Although if Weird Al gains weight, then maybe Gigatron would be playing Living with a Hernia. Huh? You see what I did there? Because he's carrying him on his back, and so he'd be living with a hernia, and that's a Weird Al. I'm sorry. I apologize. I won't do that again. I apologize. So there we go. I think that originally we were going to have Pimp Daddy Destro riding on him, but Weird Al Yankovic action figure took his turn. So that's just some of the crazy things that happen here on Retrobot. So yeah, we've got that mode, and I toasted him. Yeah, Monica was just letting me know that that Michael Spicer is here. I got you, pal. Got you, pal. So we've got another mode. Okay. We're gonna do this. And it is one of the stated modes, but I'm just going to tell you, you're not going to be impressed. So let's fold in the wings. Let's straighten out the head neck thing like that, and then we're going to take the arms here. My cat is very unhappy with the situation. I don't know why, but. So we're going to disengage those arms, and then we're going to move these back, and now we're going to pivot the arms down, and I'm going to have to extend the wings just to get the arms around there. So there we go, and now I collapse the wings back in. And now we're going to bend the arms at the elbows and then rotate the wrists. Well, we don't have to rotate because, you know, they should already be in the right position. We're going to rotate the arm so that we can bend at the elbow and do this. And then there we go. And then we have these things. which I think that these are going to go like this. Let's see. We're gonna turn the legs sideways, and then we're gonna use that double joint like this, just like that, and like that. And then we're going to do the same thing on the other side here. And there we go. There, just like that. And we're going to put those together like that. And then I'm going to twist the feet like that. Thank you, Dudley. I love Dudley. He is such a chatterbox. Yes, you're a chatterbox. Oh, is Dudley going to get on? Yes. Okay, wait here. We're going to take a time out from Gigatron, and we're going to show Dudley to everybody. Everybody loves Dudley. Hello. Say hello to the internet, Dudley. Yeah, look at Dudley. He's such a cute cat, and I love him. He hates being held, though. He doesn't mind, like, getting on my lap, but it has to be of his own accord. He does not like being picked up. And so everything that I just did is probably considered animal abuse. But he's so cute! He's just such a cute cat! So, getting back to Gigatron here. So we now have all of these parts. And see, now here's the key thing. All of these gold things, these are like blades or something. And so here I'm going to show this on the other camera. Oh, Christopher Remley is here! Hey! A toast to Christopher Remley! I promise, Chris, it's nothing personal. It's just that kind of a night. We did hand mode. You don't understand. We did hand mode on Robots in Disguise Galvatron. Or Megatron, or Gigatron, whatever the hell his name is. So here's the side camera. So this is supposed to be a hydro sled. I guess it's sliding on those rails, and it's a hydro sled. That's okay. You know, whatever makes you happy, Hasbro. Sure, it's a hydro sled. I mean, it does look like it's something, but I don't know what it is. It's supposed to be a hydro sled. Moving on. let's just move on. There's, let's see. Oh, okay, so here's a good one. I like this next one. So let's go ahead and we're going to extend out the bat wings. We're going to take the arms here, and we're going to put them back up next to the body. This is very similar to the bat mode. We're going to straighten out the wings and spread them like that. Now we're going to take the arms and we're going to drop them down, and this time we're going to bring them down so the elbow is facing this way, straighten it out, and then we're just going to kind of make it so that you can see this disc part right here. And we're going to do that on both sides. And let's get the legs out of the way. So we're going to straighten out the legs. And then we're going to rotate the other arm and get it in here just like that. Okay, so now we have that. And now we are going to twist this. We're going to bend that down. And now we can take the legs here and we can just fold the legs up here and put them against the chest like this. So it's just like that, sort of something like that. It's something like that. And now we have kind of a single-headed dragon mode. So there you go. And you know, in a lot of ways, it's similar to the bat mode, but I like it better. Honestly, this makes a better creature head than the Megatron head with the little muzzle thing. So yeah, that is the bat mode, or the single-headed dragon mode. And here, I'll show it on the other camera. So we've got, you know, we've got it like that. You can... Keeping the legs in position is a little bit tricky, but yeah, it's definitely some kind of, yeah, it's almost like a pterodactyl or a pteranodon. And from this angle, it works. Yeah, it does work. I think that this is a completely acceptable creature mode. Now the backside is kind of phoned in, but you know, from most angles, this actually looks pretty cool. And you know, I could see that swooping around and grabbing Autobots and plucking them into the air and then dropping them sadistically. So yeah, I think that's completely acceptable. And now this next one, this one, I don't know what to say. I'm just going to start to do it. Because I feel like you need to see it. Yeah, you just need to experience it. That's what I'm saying. You just need to experience it, and then when you experience it, you'll kind of understand. So this one, we're gonna get him on all fours again, and we're going to rotate the legs around. And rotate these back like this. And you're going to split the feet again so that they can become feet and not be dragon heads or something that's not a dragon head and not a foot. And it's kind of hard to do, so there we go. So we got him on all fours. And now... Oh, and then we have to pull the shoulders back like that. And so I'm going to shorten the leg here. And I'm going to shorten this one. There we go. And pull that back out of the way. And rotate it so that the creature feet are facing forward. And now we take the wing things here and this whole assembly here, and you snap it together, which it does snap together. It does connect. It's, you know, a little bit fidgety to get it to do it, but you can do it. There you go. And what we have is elephant mode. This is an elephant mode. I didn't make it up. I got a picture over here on the internet It's right here. This is it right there. So that's elephant mode. I seem to remember elephants being known for more than just a trunk. I seem to remember them having, I don't know, a body. Oh, wait. Here, this one, it's important to have these because you have to have these as tusks. So, wait, here, let's put this. Let's see, I think they go in. Oh, wait, no. They go right here. Yeah. So, here, put that right there and that right there. And so now it's elephant mode. There we go. Oh, go back in there. Don't give me crap, Gigatron. There. Okay, there we go. And there, that clicked in. So, yeah, that is elephant mode. And here, let's go ahead and look at him on the side camera. That's him. And that's really all I can say about that. I mean, on one hand, I have to hand it to him. Figuring out how to do any kind of an elephant mode is pretty damn impressive. And that's actually kind of cool. But it's not convincing in the least. I mean, this is quite possibly the most obvious case of, oh, what can I do with him? He's got all these cool pieces that go around and stuff. I mean, it's definitely born out of fiddliness. But at the same time, I kind of wish that I had invented elephant mode because, I mean, honestly, that's that's crazy. That is crazy. And then if the elephant gets angry, and its ears get huge. I don't think elephants are known for that. Actually, elephants are known for flapping their ears to keep themselves cool. So, yeah, I wish that there was a way to kind of take some of the apparatus and put it back here and give him a bulkier body. I'm really not convinced on elephant mode. So, you know what? I'm shaking my stick at elephant mode. I'm this is my stick, and I'm shaking my stick at elephant mode. So there we go. Oh, God bless Kyoji. Must not make political joke. Thank you, Kyoji. Let's keep it civil. We're trying to escape that nonsense on this channel. So here we go. Yeah, that's a stated mode. I swear I didn't make this up. And then let's see, that's all 10, right? Did we miss any of the 10? Okay. So now I'm going to show you one that I thought I invented and I was wrong. Very, very disappointed to be wrong about this. Because I was playing with him before the live stream. Actually earlier this week, like I said, we were watching The Good Place. Is everybody watching The Good Place? Because, our friends kept kind of incessantly badgering us to watch The Good Place, and they were right because it's great. So now I feel like I have to badger the internet, but I feel like we're probably the last ones who haven't seen it. We were watching The Good Place, and I was clicky-clacking, and I was like, oh, look, honey, wait, look at this. Tell me, I mean, I think that this is a thing. And Monica absolutely agreed with me that it looked like it was a thing. And so I'm going to just do it for you now. So you have to pull that stuff down like that, and then we're going to separate the elephant in the room And then, oh, whoops, his little arm came out. Oh boy, remember when I said those little arms come unattached easily? His little arm comes unattached easily. So there we go, I got it back on. There we go. Okay, so... And let's see, we're gonna do this. And actually here, I'm gonna flip this around, flip the wings around this way. There we go. Put them up like that. And once again, the neck doesn't want to stay down in that position, but I'm going to make it. There we go. Get in there. Get in there. There we go. Okay, so. And. Oh, I want to rotate that arm and kind of put the tail feathers up. And we've got ostrich mode. It's an ostrich. Look at that. It's an ostrich. And so I was really proud of myself when I came up with this, and then Monica found this in the wiki article notes. Here it is. So they knew that it is... Thank you for that. So yeah, and apparently this got used, so it is considered a canon mode. This is Demon Ostrich mode, and I feel like I need to adjust the legs a little bit. They might work a little bit better if I did them like this. So let's turn them around. And turn the feet around. If I'm turning the legs around, I have to turn the feet around. There we go. And there we go. Okay, and bend there, and let's move him back a little bit so that he can be in the full view of the camera. And yeah, that is ostrich mode. Demon ostrich mode. But you know what? I mean, this is definitely more believable than that ridiculous elephant mode. You know, this looks like a thing. And, you know, you got claw feet that can actually do claw type things, and you've got wings that can spread. I mean, it's a fully posable ostrich mode. So, you know, that is badass. That is really badass. That is cool. And you can have these things go up here. I like them up here. The picture online shows them in the back, but I kind of like them up there. So, yeah, that is actually pretty darn cool. So, that is the 11th transform, although the hydro sled and the elephant, I mean, you know, let's be honest about those. Those are not exactly the most convincing transforms. So I'll give him 9. I won't give him 11. But nonetheless, ostrich mode, and I think that the thing to be taken away from this is that this toy is a lot of fun. And I was hoping to come up with like a gun mode or a cannon mode. I didn't come up with anything. So I think that we're going to leave it at an official 11 modes, but unofficially, you know, some of those are bullshit. Now, granted, some of the, like, you could take that hydro sled thing and do a little bit of twisting and make it into some other kind of air vehicle. And, you know, that's the thing about this toy. This is quite possibly the single most versatile Transformers toy in the history of Transformers toys. And because of how well it's made, and because it's got all of these clicking joints, and because it's got so many points of articulation, and so many interesting little bits, you know, the things like this, and the details on the wings, and everything about it is interestingly done and lends itself to a lot of play value, that it's okay that if you don't think, well, he's not much like Megatron, that's fine. He's Gigatron. He doesn't have to be Megatron because he's still really, really awesome. And that's what's important. So, I think that brings us to the end of a fun live stream. I've had fun with this one. One toy, a lot of modes, and I didn't even have to abuse Wheelie tonight. So, thank you to everyone. Scroll down. Scroll back down. You scrolled up. She scrolled up. You can't see what she's scrolling, but she's giving me important information. So, thank you, Collini. Thank you, Kyoji. Thank you, Cheeky Boy. Thank you, Joy. Thank you, Machiavellic. Thank you, Sean. Thank you, Amanda. Thank you, Michael. And thank you, Chris Remley. All of you for joining me on the second live stream in a row, 2 nights in a row, and then we're doing one tomorrow night for Monica's favorite monsters. There will be tricks, there will be treats, there will be monsters that I know and love, and there will be monsters that I have no idea about. We're going to have it all tomorrow night at 8 o'clock for our Friday night live stream. Don't miss it. Thank you again, everyone. Have a wonderful night. Have a happy Halloween.